Hello everyone, it is me, Straw Hat Ninja 89, and welcome to my review of Yu Yu Hakusho, the movie / Eziou Hakusho. Okay, now technically for anyone who's not a big fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, or technically if no one has ever really seen the whole series and blah blah blah, then the simple term for this series is pretty much Yu Yu Hakusho. It's about a boy teenager named Yusuke Urameshi who actually died from a car accident from saving someone, but the only way to get his body back is to do really good deeds and save Spirit World and become their spirit detective. So he pretty much meets some people along the way, and they pretty much become his colleagues, and they all team up to actually save the spirit, not just the Spirit World, but the human world as well from all evil. That's pretty much the gist of it. Maybe in some other review that I might do will be the series, because I already own all 4 seasons, so I will definitely review the series one of these days. I'm trying to find out when I can actually review Yu Yu Hakusho. But anyways, let's just get on to it with the actual story to the movie. Now, technically, well, for people who already seen the Yu Yu Hakusho anime, it takes place about a whole year after the series comes to an end. Well, actually, the Eziou Hakusho VA things, not the actual movie. The movie is somewhere between I think sort of like the ending of the Dark Tournament, something like that, or kind of getting towards the Dark Tournament, like around that point. So yeah, so the movie itself is pretty much only 30 minutes long, nothing too long or too special, so it's not technically a very long ass movie. It's only about like a half hour, while the Eziou Hakusho OVAs are like, they're more shorter, like some of them, but on the last disc, the deleted alter scenes, which you already noticed on the DVDs, are actually pretty damn long, the reanimated scenes. But the bad thing is, I will get to that pretty much soon, is that it's only in Japanese sub, and that's the only thing Funimation did not dub. But in a way, it's not a bad thing, because I sort of do like the Japanese voices, but like I said, I'll get to that once I'm done with the movie. First, the movie, and between me and you, the movie is very simple. It's a very simple, straight-out adventure movie, and I like it. For a really short flick, it's pretty passable. I like it. I mean, what else can you expect? I mean, between me and you, it should have really been more of like a filler episode, like a one little mini filler episode, instead of just like an actual movie. I know I'm gonna get lots of crazy fans saying, like, you know, why wasn't this actually called like a lost episode? That's what it should have been called, a lost episode, like not really a movie, but whatever. So the story pretty much is that Lord Koema and George are pretty much relaxing at some demon beach when all of a sudden this monster underground of the sand comes out of nowhere. It kidnaps Koema. And the only way to actually save Koema is for Yusuke to bring the golden seal to the hideout of this mysterious monster. So it's pretty much up to Yusuke, Kuwabara, Hiei, and Kurama to actually pretty much just find out who the hell is causing all this, and actually what would they want with Koema. And it's really funny how what it actually was at the end was just hilarious. Like, at first you think it's like all serious, like, you know, this guy wants to get like vengeance on him, this short little elf dude, and then there's like this monster dude. You'll find out the reason why he really wanted revenge, and it is hilarious. It's really funny, and I did not expect this either. I thought it was just like something he did like back then, like something bad to him. but I'm not gonna spoil it because it's a really big, huge, major, funny ass thing that like exactly what happened in the end of the flashback. It is hilarious, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Like I said, if you want to watch the movie for yourself. So I'm not really gonna be an asshole and spoil what the funny scene is, because it's not gonna be funny when you watch it, you know. So might as well save you the trouble, and you might as well just wait until you actually watch the ending of yourself to this. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole movie. The movie pretty much is, the animation for the movie is actually pretty good. I like the movie itself. The animation, it's not too bad. It seems like the quality amped up a notch from the original version that we got years ago from I think it was like Manga Entertainment or something like that. I forget the original, people who actually did it. The dub of it, I think it was like Manga Entertainment or something like that. I don't remember, because I know one of my friends has the old school copy of it. Actually, I have the old school copy of it, but I might either sell it or do something like really, really rare, because it is a really, really rare release, but I have a much better version anyway, and better quality, and better dub, and better sound altogether. And they sort of changed the credits and the opening thing to like the Blu-ray version of it, the HD version, which I don't mind. I mean, it kind of does look like they amped up the quality to almost close enough to the Blu-ray releases, sort of, even though it's a DVD format. Now, I guess the reason why this was not pretty much a Blu-ray release was because, well, let's face it, with rare footage like this, it'll be very, very hard for them to transfer this kind of footage onto Blu-ray. Hell, it was hard enough transferring Dragon Ball Z to Blu-ray, for Christ's sake. So, yeah, I mean, the episode itself is fine when it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho. That's fine, that's good when it comes to Blu-ray. They could do that with not really that much of a big deal. But when it comes to something like this, especially for a rare case like this, maybe the reason why was because I believe that the quality would have been a little bit too much, especially for the Eziou Hakusho stuff with the deleted scenes. So yeah, I think that was one of the reasons, or two, they just didn't want to waste their time making an HD version, because I guess they want to save more money and make a DVD version. Because I guess it's more simple and more suitable to put on there instead of just like wasting your time putting an HD version on it when the Blu-ray has so much memory. Then again, the big difference is instead of having two CDs, we could just only have like one Blu-ray disc, which I think would have been better. And hell, maybe it could have saved us even more money, but I guess for them, they want to save a little more production value time just for this. I mean, hey, just be grateful. At least you got the damn movie to be licensed by Funimation instead of that crappy other company, okay? So Jesus, I mean, just be thankful that they at least dubbed it. I mean, I'm sick of throwing like, oh, I want an HD version. Well, like I said, I get which one first, either Blu-ray or DVD. I get what I get, I don't get upset. I really don't even give a crap. Like, I don't care what version I get. But since I have a PS3 now, I'm getting more into the Blu-ray copies now, but that's besides the point. Besides animation quality, let's talk about the actual fighting sequences in it. The actual main villain. The main villain is pretty cool, I guess. I mean, he has a really little bit funny and a little bit annoying little acquaintance, which is, he's like sort of like annoying, sort of, but he's like really weak. He can barely like do anything. Well, like the main monster like can take all of Yusuke's like spirit energy and he can like absorb it and use it as his own power, which I think is pretty damn cool. At first the villain didn't look too threatening. It looked kind of retarded at first, but then when he actually transforms into like his ultimate form, like of course like DBZ style, technically he becomes really awesome looking. He kind of looks like Cooler mixed with some other anime villain, but it looks really nice. Speaking of Frieza type Cooler like thing, they got the Aris brothers to do these two villains. You know, Chris Aris and what the hell is this? Oh, Greg Aris, Chris Aris and Greg Aris to both do the villains, and I thought they did a really great job with that, especially with Chris Aris being the batshit insane Frieza that we all know and love in Kai. So I thought that was a really nice surprise. Oh, well, but I will get to that, though. The main characters, again, they still have their personalities. The dubbing, big spot on dub, very, very good. I'm very glad that they reused all the same cast and crew of Funimation, except, of course, for the second disc part, but I'll get to that. It's too bad they didn't get to use the actual dubs for that. But anyways, the dub itself for the movie was really good. I'm glad they brought the smart-ass jokes back into, you know, the same smart-ass Yusuke we all know and love. So, you know, I'm pretty much glad for that. So, yeah, the dub is really good. Yusuke sounds a little bit more different. I guess it's because of the audio change, but he sounds a little more different, but it's still the same. Korobar is still the same, except he has a more better tone of a voice. Is it just, oh, hey guys, it's cool. Hey, it's Kuwabara, Spirit Sword, like that. He doesn't sound like too constipated like he did in the old dub. He sounds pretty decent, I have to say. Not too bad, pretty good. He doesn't sound like that anymore. He still has that same raspy, like voice, but more better and more better performed, because this is Chris Sabat now than Chris Sabat back then. So we all know how that's going to turn out to be. Hiei Chuck Huber, even though it's been about a year since that whole massive heart attack he had, after getting back on his feet, he does a phenomenal job as Hiei. Again, big, awesome, great job for Chuck Huber. Really nice. Very nice. Oh, Justin Cook, I forgot to name, the voice actor. Justin Cook for Yusuke. He did really good. Chuck Huber, you're the man. Keep it up. You're one of my most favorite voice actors. Kurama is the same. He hasn't really changed much at all either. Still the same type of voice. Still the same type of attitude. Kurama is still Kurama. Tien Shinhan. I don't know his voice actor, but I know he also did Tien Shinhan. So, yeah. Keiko, of course. Well, actually, no, we don't see Keiko in this movie. I'm sorry. Aw, that sucks. Botan is still the same, of course. Back in the dub. She also first did Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z and all that. So, Koema is still the same. Of course, it's still the same voice actor that did also Oob in Dragon Ball Z /GT. George is still, I forget the dude's name, but I know he did a lot of recent animes like Dajiro. He did some roles in One Piece, Shura, Kuro, all that. Sid from Soul Eater, all of that. So yeah, all of them did a really great job, and I'm glad they brought back the English opening and ending tune Sayonara Bye Bye, which is one of my favorite ones. So yeah, overall, the music in it, well, of course, it's the same old music they use from the soundtrack, of course. Except when it comes to the second part, which I will mention, which they do use. Hold on. Anyways, yeah. So, overall, the movie itself, the action sequences and everything, the fight, there wasn't too many fight scenes, only sort of here and there, and then at the very end, the final showdown between Yusuke and that monster dude. I forget the dude's name. I don't really remember, but yeah, one's mirror, mirror, make him coward, kill the boy with his own power. That one, which that gave a great performance. I love Chris Harris. He is such a brilliant. I don't care what you say about the new Frieza. I fucking love this guy. He really redeemed the evil, batshit insane, awesome, incredible, fun villains that I love. I love batshit insane, fun villains. They're the greatest. Even humorous ones too. But anyways, yeah, overall, yeah, the whole movie was it's a pretty watchable, decent, chilled out, if you're chilling out, all you want to do is just watch a little bit of TV or something, just kick a little short movie of Yu Yu Hakusho, watch that shit, and it is all good from there. It's all smooth sailing. Still classic goodness. It's still an awesome flick. It's still very, very awesome, and I totally recommend people to actually check it out. The good version, not that shitty translation like Kuwahara with Kuwabara and all that other junk or whatever. So yeah, so overall, if I would give a score to the movie, okay. The one negative thing, a little bit major, tiny, little nitpick, was the movie was, again, way too short. Well, the other movie that they never got the license to yet, Portuguese Report, or whatever the hell it's called in Japanese, Chapter something, I forget. Not Dark Chapter, it's... I forget the name of the Japanese one. It's Chapter something. I don't remember, but it'll get to me one day. Anyways, so yeah, a little bit of a nitpick. That's way too short. I love the animation again. I love the dub. Both Japanese and English do pretty good. Music is right for the series. And while the movie, yes, it is pretty short, but still, it's still very good. I still recommend people to actually go check it out. If I were to give it a score, since it is kind of short, then I would just say between around... I say a 9 out of 10 because it's got everything that you would expect in a Yu Yu Hakusho movie. Really crazy story, some action, smart ass jokes, and yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I pretty much talked about the whole movie of Yu Yu Hakusho. Now I'm gonna go into the whole Eziou Hakusho thing, which will be in my next part. Since I don't want to keep on dragging this review to be a little longer, I will review in my next part. I was gonna say I'm gonna put on my backup channel to make a really long review, but I just pretty much set up the whole Anime Game Freak channel thing as my backup, just in case. Only my Fairy Tail review over there is up. But who knows, maybe my full Yu Yu Hakusho review will be on there since there's so much to talk about. Maybe that will be in my backup channel. But for now, it's all just about the movie. So the next part of this will be about the whole Eziou Hakusho extras and everything, so stay tuned for that. Straw Hat Ninja 89, over and out, see you on the bounce. Peace out, guys. Stay tuned for my next part about the Eziou Hakusho extras. Later.